Thank you, President Warner. Look at you guys. You are so much better dressed than you ever were in class. I mean, there is not a single hoodie in sight. There may be flip-flops, but I don't see bedroom slippers, let alone with fuzzy balls. Though I suspect you're still texting. And so while you're texting your best friend, who's probably texting you back from their own graduation ceremony, I know you. Or while you're texting your brother or sister in the audience, or if you're like me at dinner, texting the person I'm sitting next to, I want to send you a short text. Make the world a better place. Now, my students, I'm looking out here, I think I taught half of you in that History 195, already know where this is going to go. But it is important enough for you to hear again. And it is important enough for me to do it in more than the 30 characters that make up the phrase, make the world a better place. So let me explain. By graduating from here, and from an institution that has been recognized nationally in the Princeton Review of Best Colleges, Forbes magazine, and the US News and World Report, you are entering the elite of this country. And I absolutely do mean that. Did you know that only 29% of the entire United States actually finishes a bachelor's degree? Now just think about that for a second. Now, I want you also to think about your hopes and your dreams right now. And think about how they were different from when you started here. And I want you to think about how different they would be if you had not pushed through the hard times of being a student. And I want you too to think about how different they are from those of your friends who actually didn't get this chance. And I know there's some pretty big hopes and dreams out there. But what I also know is after 2, 4, 6, 7 years here, that you have the skills to achieve those dreams. But, and this is important, and I'm going to get serious, you also have an obligation to use those skills. Not just for you, but to make the world a better place. So let me talk about those skills. And I'm not talking about discipline-specific skills, I mean those that are particular to your major or distinctive to your career. I'm talking about the skills you acquire being an educated individual. Those skills that are taught throughout this university, in all classes, and in all situations. Now, first of all, you are taught to think, and to think for yourself. You can read critically. I mean, you can figure out what the author is really saying, and not be caught up by the smoke and mirrors of slogans, fancy words, or heated and angry language. And you can make sense of numbers, and you know when someone is playing fast and loose with statistics. You know what makes for good evidence, facts over emotions. I mean, you can read images, you can get the message from a photograph or a moral from a movie. In other words, you've got the goods. And most importantly, you can generate those goods. Be it in a corporate boardroom presenting your analysis of some foreign transaction, and yes, our graduates do exactly that. Or you could be in a local school board meeting helping to decide the direction of your kids' education. The thing is, you've got the goods to speak with power and to speak with persuasion, to write clearly and with authority, to present meaningful numbers, to use evidence, not emotion, and to argue for what you think is best. And you can also listen to opposing points of view. And you have the ability to change your mind. And you're smart enough to be glad that you have a mind to change. So in short, you can think. And I absolutely expect you to think for yourself, to think independently. I can't tell you what to think, and I don't even want to, but I can expect you to think. And I expect, indeed, IUP expects you to act upon what you think In other words, have the courage of your convictions. Make the world a better place. Now, because you possess these skills, these habits of mind, this way of approaching knowledge and the world around them, you have an obligation to use them. And I want to be absolutely clear about that. You are the leaders. It is you who'll be making policy, be it at the local level of the school board or in Washington, D.C., and on the international stage. It is you that have the skills and the ability. And frankly, it is because of your skills and your ability to think that I count on you to do so. Now, I know there's skeptics out there. I too am from a state school, the University of Oregon. And I took my education that is just like yours and ran with it. I went to Cambridge, I went to Oxford, and I realized that I was absolutely every bit as good as they were. That what I learned was every bit as useful. And sometimes, actually, it was a little better. Although I have to admit, my accent was never very cute. But the point is that I want you to think about what you've got in front of you. And what you've got in front of you is the world, however you decide to define it. Whether you want to play on the international stage or at the local level, you will be a player. You have the skills, the brains, the determination, so do it. Enough said. But before you leave to take over the world and make the world a better place, I want you to enjoy your accomplishments. I want you to wallow right now in the knowledge that you did it. I want you to feel proud. I want you to be happy. And I want you to put away your cell phones just long enough to offer a round of applause. I want you to applaud yourself, but I also want you to applaud your friends and your families because they have helped make your world a better place. So hands in the air, congratulations, IUP's class of 2011.